Now you're going to see this video go full HD in a few seconds, actually maybe a minute or two. I would just like to clarify a few things first. Number one, for those of you who think I hate Eastwood because he's a Republican, wrong. Clint Eastwood is one of my favorite actors and directors of all time. I love The Man with the No Name trilogy. I love the Dirty Harry films. I love Gran Torino. Those are all really, really fantastic films. Hell, I'm one of the few people who likes J. Edgar. I like J. Edgar. It's a decent film. Stop hating on it. Sorry. And I even left a message for a professor at Penn State University who wrote an article on Salon.com saying that Eastwood had the delusional Fox News mentality. I defended Eastwood, and I said, judging by his films like Gran Torino and his comments about the Afghanistan and Iraq war, I do not think you are giving Eastwood enough credit, and I also think you are being very harsh and unfair to him as an actor and as a person. You are taking one little movie out of his whole fucking career. I didn't say fucking, I said it as eloquently as I could. I was a little bit tired at the time, so it sounded slightly incoherent. But I just wanted to clear those things up first. Point number two I'd like to make. I will still see this movie. Why? Because I love Clint Eastwood as a director and as an actor. And I will look at it with an open mind. This is not a rant on the movie, but the actual person it's based on. Okay? Now that I've gotten that out of the way, please listen to me, hear me out, and if you want to have a debate with me like an actual human being, please be civil, because if you are civil in the comment section, I will be civil back. If you are not, I will respond with just as much anger and rage that you put into your comment. Warning you guys right now, my webcam may start to lag. Get a better webcam. Eventually I will, or maybe I should just film this with my Rebel T3i, but I'm lazy. So, my thoughts on American Sniper. Let's get all the judgment bullshit out of the way. Toy Story is my favorite series of all time. I have a Giants fetish. And I like Toy Story and the Avengers. Can we please move the fuck on? Thank you. Now, I was very excited to see this movie originally when I first saw the trailer. It looked like it was going to be the 21st century of First Blood, the first Rambo film, which was a great action thriller, but also explored some depth to the Vietnam War and how pointless it was, and how horrible it was, and how the men who fought it seemed like they wasted their lives. It was all for nothing in the end, which is a very sad and tragic story. Now, the movie version of Chris Kyle doesn't seem to be an accurate representation of the actual person, who is, from his own fucking autobiography, you can look him up, who was a fucking psychopath who needed a fucking therapist, ASAP at the time. The reason why he needed it was because he enjoyed killing people. Enjoyed it. Said, I didn't kill everyone with the Quran, but I would have liked to. Who said, yeah, who basically bragged about some lie about going to the Superdome during Katrina to shoot looters. That doesn't sound mental. That doesn't sound cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Serial killer, psychopath. Maybe he was envy. Look, he just seemed fucking crazy. This guy seemed insane. The motherfucker was crazy. What more can I say? He enjoyed killing people. He said, well, just because it's war doesn't mean you can't have a little fun. And he said everyone in our life considered them a savage. Yes, I know you're in a war. Yes, I could probably put the blame on the people who brainwashed Chris Kyle, and I could argue maybe he brainwashed himself, which is very tragic, and I wish Chris Kyle had not gotten killed and someone had gotten him mental help, because I really believe that if he got a therapist and he worked out whatever the fuck was going on up in here, that we would be seeing a very different man. And that is the Chris Kyle I wish we had gotten. A Chris Kyle who really looked at what he ate, honestly, without brainwashing himself. Because we have the potential and the capacity to bullshit ourselves and rationalize any horrific act that we do. And no, when I bring this comparison up, I'm not saying Chris Kyle was a Nazi. Even though the way he seemed to act and view these people seemed very similar to a psychopathic Nazi, but whatever. Okay, I guess insinuated, whatever. God damn it, America. We need to stop glorifying war. We need to stop glorifying this shit. Rather than looking at Chris Kyle as a man who was probably insane, who probably needed help, rather than looking at him as that, we view him as, oh, American hero. That's pathetic. And I'm sorry. But we need to stop mistaking nationalism for patriotism. And throughout the 21st century, we have made that mistake far too many fucking times. In such a short period. Live long and prosper and have a nice day. If you're gonna call me a Marxist, a communist, a hippie, or a kike, or whatever derogatory term you got, throw it at me, baby. Come on. Come into the darthbriboy zone. Come on, I'm ready. I'm ready for the insult. I'm ready to read the insult.